Chris Martin has become an internet star after copying the selfies that his 19-year-old daughter posts on Instagram.
It's exactly what the world needs right now.
We know that you are voted Hero of the Week in the UK.
This is my favorite dude right now.
Chris Burr Martin. Visionary. Genius. American patriot.
Oh, that got dark all of a sudden. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Burr Martin Experience podcast, videotaping and audio taping. So remember, if you want to see the videotape, just go to video recording, go to Pants Pending, and they'll have links there, and I'll have links also. So don't feel like you got to stare at that, because those people...
It's right there. It's right there. Okay.
I'm a celebrity, so those people don't matter. I matter over here. Look at me. That's where we need to be. I think it was better that if you were kitty corner, because that way you were looking at me.
Well, if I see that I'm going to be off camera, is that what you want?
Does it feel weird?
I'll be your face.
Well, does it feel weird that you got to turn sideways to look at me? Is
Yeah.
that okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just the way it's going to be.
I guess so.
All right.
Is that my good side? Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any side not near me is good. Because I don't have a good side.
Okay. Nice save.
Just slip that in.
Okay.
All right, I hope everybody had a good Cinco de Mayo out there. If you support building a wall, you shouldn't have celebrated Cinco de Mayo. I think that's just fair. No.
Good. I can eat my tacos without guilt then.
Yes. Because, you know what, there's already a wall. So
It's a fence.
someone should have told him that.
But it's just as good as a wall.
Did you see the news conference? Oh, yeah, you sent me the link of the news conference where Spicer was telling everybody that they're just going to, like, replace parts of the wall. And so the guys are, like, sitting back going, so what's a wall? What's part? So is this the wall? And he's like, no, this is not the wall. This is part. So it's not really the wall. Well, it is the wall. So what you saying? Like, the
But
reporters
it's
are
just as good, is what he said. No, it's just as good.
I hope they never get rid of Spicer, because I want to watch this guy just slowly just go into, like, madness fits. It's hilarious. So we saw Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, really?
Volume 2.
Because you can't tell.
I know.
Yeah.
To me, it suffers from Empire Strikes Back Star Wars thing. I loved it, but only because there was the first one. Like, I knew everybody already, so you can jump into it, and it was better for me because you already knew the characters. It's like everybody says Empire Strikes Back is better than Star Wars, but if you just took Empire, would it be as good? Because they'd have to spend time to explain who these characters were. You already know them, so of course it's good.
It's not a standalone movie.
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are saying this is kind of a standalone because they really didn't. They only mentioned Thanos. They didn't tie it like the Infinity Stone was in the first one. So that ties with the Avengers and everything like that.
Right.
This one didn't really tie to anything. They mentioned Thanos, but you didn't really need to know any other Marvel movie going in.
That's true. Yeah. And they explained probably enough background that you could kind of understand what it was.
Yeah.
So
But
you're not completely lost, but it really wouldn't have been as good if you didn't.
But I didn't need to see Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man. I didn't need to see any of those before seeing Guardians 2.
Yeah.
It was just kind of its own thing.
Yeah.
Which was fun.
Yeah.
So, speaking of which, are you going to come here like
She's
like
got a
an
cape on.
Indian drape thing, or what do you, like a poncho? What do you?
How about you just wear a shirt and not the cape?
All right, so come on over. This isn't edited. So I kind of want to get a kids review of Guardians. So you're gonna have to talk kind of loud because these mics are being kind of weird. So
I don't.
Squeeze in.
Again.
Just
Where they
squeeze
can
in.
go. This chair.
What did you think
Legs in that
of?
chair.
Okay, you gotta quit grinding that mic. Okay, what did you think of the movie? Because you're not really invested in the Marvel movies. I mean, you kind of take them or leave them. Like the last one I invited you almost didn't even want to go.
Which one was that?
The Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I really didn't.
Yeah, you really want to see Doctor Strange.
That didn't really seem interesting to me.
You got to see them all. It's
interesting?
It's like
But he
Pokemon. It's the Sherlock guy. It's the Sherlock guy. How is he not interesting?
He has no expressions on his face. It's not interesting.
He's Khan.
Who can?
Yeah.
See that all your
Yeah.
references
Nothing.
just
All right.
she's 13.
Okay, so that
She
helps.
grew up in a comic book shop.
So, give me your review. What did you think? Don't spoil anything because a lot of people haven't seen it yet. So, what is your review on it?
It was really good. It gave me a lot of goosebumps, or there are a lot of like big moments. Very emotional.
It was way more emotional than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And like people in it weren't really what you thought they were in the first one. What are you doing? You know this is live, right? This is we're still doing this. All of a sudden you just it's like a nighttime
costume change.
It's like a nighttime talk show and all of a sudden the guest just gets up and changes clothing. So like can you explain any parts that wouldn't spoil anything that you thought were really great? What did you think of Groot? Was he overdone?
I think he was kind of taking the movie a bit.
You think he took the movie?
Just a little bit.
All right. So, what did you think about like the music? Did you like the music at all?
Not really.
You didn't like the music, and you didn't like Groot, but you still like the movie?
Yeah.
I kind of want to disown you right now. So, you better straighten up. I'm trying to think, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. So, what was a part without trying to spoil it that you really liked? No, it's okay. Dead air is great, and I warned you ahead of time that you were gonna come out here.
I'm not really sure how to explain any parts without spoiling it.
Like what part? What did it have in it? Okay, no, seriously, dead air is great.
I can't even think.
Okay, well, thank you for your review,
You're welcome.
and you can go. You can go.
Okay, bye.
Peanut just went in your room. Oh no, there.
Peanut!
Okay.
Peanut, do you need outside?
All right.
I'm gonna make some noise here. Get over it.
You gotta quit that. Okay.
Stop it.
No, you had your chance. And I even told you were going to be on. So,
Peanut, we like it.
so, let's talk about my movie experience.
Yours was more interesting than the rest of ours.
Mine was. Austin's still there. You can kind of see Austin. Taylor, move. Austin just laying on the couch behind us,
You
not
just
even
see
care.
the front of
Typical
his face because
teenager.
the rest is just sunk into the couch.
Suck into his phone. So, no, you had your chance. So, my experience was probably one of the worst experiences I have ever had at a movie theater.
But you know, you got to use your other senses to experience the movie.
The guy sitting next to me it was like a checklist of things you shouldn't do. And he was marking them down. It was like, how annoying can I be? Bingo. And he was marking all the squares. So, it's hard for me to start this story because I have overweight friends. I'm overweight. I'm not saying anything against overweight people, but him being overweight has to do with this story. I can't not say that part. So I realize there's 100 different reasons why people are overweight, and I'm not going to get into this guy's. I'm thinking something socially is probably part of it. My 20 years training in a comic book store has taught me that there were some social events that had led him to this point. So
It was your training in the comic book store that allowed you to get through the movie.
to get through this, oh yeah,
Because I think it just took you back to those days.
my experience at Comic-Cons have taught me well. So as I'm sitting there, and this, I think, when you buy a reserve ticket, it was a reserve ticket. Mm-hmm. When you buy a reserve ticket, I think if you're that big as the guy sitting next to me was, I think you got to buy a ticket. You got to buy 2 tickets. Not for general admission, General admission, you walk in, you take your chance. General admission is like riding coach in an airplane.
You get there early, you get a good seat.
Get who you got.
Yeah.
You bring a black trash bag and you stick it over the seat in front of you and pretend it's broken. The guy sitting next to me had a seat and a half. His arm, see, I didn't describe it, I just said arm, was over the armrest that I had. So it was, his elbow was halfway into my seat. So I had to sit at an angle just to sit in the seat. And these are reserved. I can't go anywhere else.
Yeah, you were leaning on me like
I was, and I felt bad because I was leaning on you the whole movie.
But that's okay.
And that makes you lean. And you're leaning. So pretty soon the whole row is like at a slant, like we're all falling off the Titanic. So,
and the fact that he took more than his seat wouldn't have been a big deal if it wasn't for the several other things.
It just, so he had, of course, combined. The largest pop I'd ever seen. So big, in fact, that every time he took it out of the holder, which was every minute and 15 seconds, and I started timing it. Like, I couldn't get into the movie because every minute and 15 seconds he'd reach over and grab that pop, and it would take him both hands to shove it into the hole that the little armrest that has. So every minute and 15 seconds he would grab his pop, and he would put his elbow up near my head or my shoulder, or jab me in the rib.
Or almost in your face.
Right, almost in my face, and then go, like a quick drink, and then put it back. Like, not drink it like to fulfill you. Just and then he's done. And then he's jamming it back in with his elbow, and it's kind of in my face, or it never stopped touching me the whole movie. It was a constant bonk, 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 every time he moved. And then the BO smell was ungodly. It was like,
bad.
And I told you, I said it was like a hot tire had ran over dog poop. It was unbelievable. But that dog poop was saved in like really old wet books. You know how you walk into an old bookstore? Mm-hmm. Yeah, burn a tire in poop and throw it inside, and that's what you got. And every now and then, I think he realized that his arm was jamming into me every now and then, so he would move it over. Well, then that arm would get tired, so he'd put it above his head.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So my face and his armpit are at least a foot away from each other. You see those commercials where it was like, do you hate your job? Well, what about this job? And it's like the woman sniffing the guy's armpit.
Oh,
yeah, that's almost where I was. So we have the BO, we have the jabbing me, we have the I can't use all of my seat. Then he's doing the thing where you kind of burp and go. That was like tuna fish that you'd gotten from a swamp. And I don't know where it was coming from because, I didn't tell you this part.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what he was eating or if he was very excited to be at the movie, because every now and then he had his coat draped over his lap and he would reach his hand down and do something like he was wiggling his hand around, and then he would stop and put his hand on top of his coat. I don't know if he had food maybe underneath there.
Did he ever put
something.
anything in his mouth?
His fingers. Okay. Let me tell you about that one. So as I'm sitting there, and so you're me, and this is what the theater was like. You're me.
Right.
He would like audibly lick his fingers and then wipe them on his shirt right next to me with his elbow banging against me.
Would just feel like
it's so. After a while, I fought for the arm.
You know he's
That's
oblivious.
the thing. Is I should just I hate you and live. But you know what I did? I got mad in my head, and then I went to the car and got all mad. That's passively me.
He wasn't trying to do. He was completely oblivious that he.
That's the thing.
It was that bad.
I know people that are overweight. And I've gone to the movies with them, and they're like, oh, I'm going to take up this spot. Their situational awareness is high. That's what I need from everyone. I need a situational awareness. Be aware of your surroundings. If you have an arrow sticking out of your head, careful, it might poke somebody in the eye. There was no awareness of how much room he was taking. And how bad the smell was. And then the weird sounds. And then the fart. About 3/4 of the way in. Which I thought a corpse had rolled out from underneath. That's what he had under his coat, was a corpse of his friend that he wanted to bring to the movie. It was eye water. At one point, my right eye started to water. I had to reach up and wipe a tear out of my right eye because it was so bad. I tried to list all of them because I couldn't remember them. Let's see. Gosh. He would get his pop. Let's see. The mouth. Oh, yeah. And then also, I get it. You're watching a movie and you're like, oh, look at that. But it was oh, no.
Oh, was he talking to?
Yeah, he was talking to. Oh, geez.
The worst.
Oh, here it comes. You know. I absolutely hate that. And I'm so glad I already saw the movie because I told you if this was the first time I saw Guardians, I would have burned that theater to the ground.
You would have moved.
I probably would have.
I think after the first few breaths of pit smell, you would have.
Because he was sitting next to two other people, and I thought, if I make enough problems, maybe he'll go, oh, you know what? There's nobody sitting next to us three. We'll just move down one. Cool. Situation solved. Because there wasn't anybody on the end of the row. There were still another 5-6 seats to the right that they all could have shifted over. Everybody would have been happy. But nope. Just watch the movie and bang, 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 constantly popping me with his elbow.
And we tried to avoid him.
Tried so hard. Went to the other seats, and this woman came up and she's like, is this row F? Is this 11? And daggers just came out of my eyes.
Like,
woman,
you can sit down there.
You don't know. I've got to walk the green mile because I know where I'm going to end up sitting.
And I was willing to take that bullet for you.
I know, but the thing is I bought the tickets, and so you guys don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
It's a free movie for you. I bought the food, I bought the tickets. I even drove. It's a free movie. So if anything happens, you guys are like, that happened. But since I want the experience to be good. I don't want the experience to be bad, and I can't give that to you. I can't martyr. Jani, you sit here because this is my favorite movie, because I'll never see it again. Of course I'm going to see it again.
That's true. And I did switch Taylor seats during, I think it was Avengers 2. And the girl next to me, I think she thought she was an empath, maybe, because...
Oh, the crying girl.
The crying girl. When somebody died in there, she was sobbing uncontrollably. Like someone had just killed her best friend right in front of her. She was out of control sobbing.
Should have got her together with the guy next to me, because apparently he had his best friend who was dead and rolled out from underneath his coat. The licking of the fingers.
Oh, that was gross.
I could hear it. I could hear the
he's not
suction.
Eating anything.
I don't know.
Just licking fingers.
I kept my eyes forward, because if I looked over, I'd have freaked out, because I would have seen something that I couldn't unsee. So I just heard the smacking, and I saw the hand come down, wipe itself on his shirt, and then his hand would go back underneath his coat. It was unbelievably terrible.
That is nasty.
Between the smells, the farting, and the talking.
I think Chica's helping you remember, because she just let one under the desk here that is just...
I can't smell.
Is that man here? Oh, I guess it's just right by me then. Thanks, Chica.
But, speaking of which, I asked on my Facebook page, what is the grossest thing you've seen kids do? Because for some reason we were talking at work, and I was reminded of the time we lived in the apartments, and there was a kid who went down to the playground and pooped. Remember that?
I don't remember that. I blocked it out, maybe.
Because they're like, but he kept doing it. It wasn't like he had to go to the bathroom and couldn't make it to the house.
It was a funny thing.
It was 2 or 3 different times. Yeah, like that was his thing.
That's nasty.
So I asked on Facebook, and I love how it was only women. Like, no guys. If a kid does something gross to a guy, well, and a guy doesn't care. You know, it's what was the Adam Sandler movie where he's a dad?
No,
you know,
he just lays down newspaper.
That's dudes, yeah. Oh, you peed? Well, we'll just hose it down. And my brother, one time, remember, the kid was poopy, so he literally held him in the kitchen sink and squirted him down with the little black hose thing. Her, yeah. Squirted her down in the sink. So Erica,
we didn't go for dinner over there after that happened.
You're gonna do the dishes.
Where do you wash your dishes?
In the toilet. The sink's gross. Erica said, make a really long spit out of their mouth and then try to touch the ground and suck it back up.
That's a favorite.
That's a favorite. Amanda said, open mouth kiss a dog. I'm thinking you've seen that with your dog friends. Come on, there
no. There's like lots of licking of the face.
I love my fur baby.
No, I don't. No.
Right.
That's beyond.
She also said
even
poop
my
painting.
Friends. Oh, do we out Cassie on that one? She was. What was she? 2?
I don't remember.
Cassie poop.
Did she poop paint?
This was like potty training time when she would. Remember, she would. As soon as she pooped, she would whip off her diaper because she didn't like it. And so
that's who it was. I thought it was Austin.
Yeah,
nah, that's right. She didn't like the feel. She'd go to the bathroom in her diaper, but didn't like the feel of the diaper afterwards. So whip it off.
So she was. I don't remember if she had like toys or something that she was smashing it with, but then it was on the walls. It was on the floor.
It was the daddy daycare scene.
It was. You look around and it's like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be a lot to clean up.
And Kristen said booger eating.
Booger, yeah.
I never really knew any kids that ate their boogers.
Yeah. I did. I'm related, or I used to be related. Or I'm still related to one.
Well, come here then.
Well, no, if she's related to somebody who does that, we don't want to out them.
Do they listen to the podcast?
I can't say their name. There's no freaking way.
Well, yeah, don't say a name. You can
come here and say. Just the mic.
Don't say where it happened.
Okay, let's call them. Is it a boy or a girl?
I can't. I don't want to say.
Okay. So let's call them X. So X does what?
X ate their boogers and told me it was good for you.
Oh.
Probably there's some protein in that.
Protein, yeah.
Protein.
Well, you know what? If your body's letting it go, then maybe you should hang on to it. You know. All right. You don't want to sell? You sure? I can't coax it out of you.
No. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So yeah, stop being gross. That's all I got for that. Yeah. I asked more. I was hoping for more emails on that one.
Are you classing up the podcast? Are you the one who's classing up this time?
I'm a little disappointed in this podcast. It seems like a little boring to me.
Oh, you need to step up your game then. I'm just the co-host. It's not on my shoulders, buddy.
We were talking on smart investing, though. I will tell you this. He was talking about how Costco sells. This has absolutely nothing to do. This is the worst segue ever. He pulled up this thing. People are trying to invest in Costco, and he talked about some things at Costco you might not know. They sell, I think it was 3 times as many hot dogs as all of the baseball stadiums combined. Because they're only like $1.50, and they're right in front, so you just walk in and grab one.
Okay.
And also he goes, well, yeah, you know, people are going to Costco now. They used to go once a week. Now the average is 3 times a week. And I said, well, it's like a huge warehouse. Like, I don't see that happening. He goes, well, you know, think about that between the difference of that and Walmart. There's not much difference. I said, no, there's a huge difference between Costco and Walmart. Because Walmart has to have a sign on their door that says, hey, did you leave your kid in the hot car?
True.
Costco does not.
True.
So Walmart has a please wear pajamas. You know, that's on their sign.
Well, at Costco, you're buying in bulk. How much mayonnaise are you going through 3 times a week? I mean, do you really need to go 3 times?
Their giant thing was meat. Meat oversells everything. So I'm thinking like barbecues and all that.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I guess that goes back to the gross thing.
What?
Oh, how many hooves and hair can you eat? You know,
Yeah.
a lot.
It's mystery meat. I mean, I like hot dogs, summertime, barbecue, stuff like that. But
Don't think about what's in them.
Exactly. You can't think about what's in them.
It's like when I was a kid, my dad said they would have like this mystery meat every now and then I would eat it, and then he would go, "You know what that is? That was shark." Like, he wouldn't tell me ahead of time, because if he told me ahead of time, I wouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
But then he'd feed me something. He's like, "You know what that was?" I'm like, "No, it was octopus." One time we had,
so cool,
I think I told you this. You know, the pita pockets,
Yeah.
where they come like a half a calzone with like the top cut off,
Right.
so you can shove stuff in it. Mm-hmm. Well, we were eating them, and then he goes, "You know what that was?" I said, "What?" And he goes, "Well, it was camel poop." Because if you looked on the wrapper had a picture of a camel. And so he's like, "Yeah, they dry it out and they hollow it out." So I'm gagging at this point. My dad's cracking up.
It's
true. Because I probably
It's so
just
true.
ate a camel poop with salad in it.
See where he gets it, Taylor?
Yeah.
See where he gets his twisted, "I'm going to torture my kids" sense of humor. Gets it from
Full
his
circle.
dad.
Oh, and last podcast we talked about my dad wearing women's clothing, and I did for the selfie thing. I like how your eyes got up. That's why I had to finish with the selfie thing. I don't wear women's clothing, as far as you know. So we are trying one last time for a big Ellen push. We're trying really hard. The radio station that I'm gonna forget the call letters, so I got to look it up. So while I'm looking it up, we've had a lot of people. I went to Instagram and I went to Facebook and everybody, and basically I said, "Look, we're just trying one last time. We'd really like to get on there," because everybody we met was like, "How come you guys aren't on Ellen? How come you guys?" And I don't know. I don't know why we weren't on Ellen, because we were trending. We were having calls. We were huge in international countries. Like Australia 3 or 4 times. England, Hero of the Week. Over here, we had TD Jakes that flew us down, but for some reason they didn't air the segment. It was small. Maybe it just didn't fit anywhere. I don't know.
And I think, honestly, it's because you didn't need fixing.
I think maybe that was it too.
He brings the healing, and I think because you and Cassie get along, maybe it didn't have that twist that he was looking for.
And maybe that was it.
Because he did say you weren't what he expected.
I'm not a controlling father. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't. You didn't know me. There were times.
There's still times.
There's still times. I mean, the Today Show did a thing, but I think they used somebody else's video, and
a lot of the
just
videos were redone.
Redone. Steve Harvey was great because they were really nice, but it wasn't in their budget.
Yeah.
We were coming in late, and I think they had like Tom Cruise or something. I mean, it was like this big star, and we just weren't in the budget to fly.
Cannot believe they bumped you.
Two
for Tom
unknowns.
Cruise. Rude.
2 unknowns from Spokane to fly all the way to Chicago. So
Yeah.
I guess but they did a nice little segment, and that was still cool. But we never got as big in the United States as we did in other countries, and I just never understood that. I do have to mention the Monday Project. KGRG is the call letters. He was the guy that he talked Wild Dog with me from Emerald City Nice. And he's gotten a bunch of people to retweet and try and get us on.
Nice. I didn't know that.
He's been extremely powerful backing and stuff, getting a lot of people trying to help us out. So Mike Siebert, thank you.
Cool.
That's a big shout out to him. He does a radio show, so if you guys, he takes on newbies and does a podcast and tries to show you what it's like to do a podcast or radio show. So that's Monday cool. Project KGRG on Twitter, he's at Monday Project 89. So look him up because I want to thank him. If you guys want to help us out, you can always just go to Twitter and at the Ellen Show. Just go, hey, we kind of had a positive message. It wasn't negative. It wasn't.
And I think it's the outrageous, negative, shocking stuff that sells, like the Cash Me Outside girl that just absolutely drives people nuts.
I get that.
They still watch it because it drives them nuts.
Dumpster fires are a big sell. I get that. But with the whole Daddy 05 thing, the Cash Me Outside girl. We had a positive mess. I was passively aggressively trying to teach her a lesson, while having some fun.
Yeah.
So I just think maybe for like a Father's Day thing or a show or something, this would. Our
it
story
would be nice to have something positive
yes.
after some of the crap that has been
right?
on. Yeah,
there's been a lot of bad news lately.
Yeah.
A lot of pre-existing bad news. So with us, I don't know, it'd be a positive thing. So if you want to tweet the Ellen Show at the Ellen Show, also you can go to ellentv.com/B and then not the underscore but the minus sign.
Okay.
So B -sign on -sign the -sign show. So be on the show with little minuses in there /1151, and I'll put that in the show notes and everything. But just tell them, hey, here's a positive story. That was just the one thing that would have been. I mean, that's the show. Like if this were the '80s, everybody, how come you weren't on Arsenio? I don't know why I wasn't on Arsenio. I was in the dog pound. Woo, woo, woo. So, help us out and try and get us on the Ellen Show, because that would be kind of a cool way to end our story, I guess. That would be
cool. Well, coming up on 1 year, that would be really...
Right, our 1 year anniversary,
cool.
which, I mean, it's still going. We just saw a video today on YouTube from some girl, I don't know where she was. She was Asian, but she had an Australian accent.
Yeah.
I think. So, I don't know where she was from, but she just did the thing, a day ago. So, and people are still reposting it, and it's still being out there. So,
and did Redbook redo the video?
Redbook redid it, and I believe there's another place, Upworthy, I think, is going to redo like a Father's Day thing.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
we're
still relevant. Doggone it! I am Groot.
I am still funny, people.
Come on. Just give me one last chance. Selfie Mom got to meet J.J. Abrams. Let us meet Ellen. That's
Selfie
all I'm
Mom?
saying. Or Chewbacca Mom.
Okay.
She got to meet J.J. Abrams and stuff. So come on. I just want to meet Ellen. I didn't meet anybody huge. We had huge people repost our story.
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher, Lil Wayne. Who else?
George Takei.
George Takei.
That was
Not Kevin Hart. Martin Lawrence.
Charlie
Sheen. So, that was cool
or at
and
least
all,
the
but
people that worked for them reposted it.
we didn't get to meet anybody that was like huge celebrity. That's just kind of,
That would have been cool.
We got a picture with TD Jakes, but because they didn't do the segment, they didn't post the picture on their Twitter feed. So we don't even have that.
Picture, did you?
No, we don't even have
a
that.
copy of
Their
it?
media guy did it. So, we really didn't have anything substantial. All right. So that was about it there. I got some nearly news, and maybe if we can coax Austin off the couch, he can tell us about what proms are like in 2017.
Arm lift.
Because I remember my prom, barely. So I wanted to see if they changed it all. So for the people that are watching this, I'm really sorry. This is, I don't know. It's just been boring to me. So the people that are watching this, go ahead and go to the link below, and you can download the rest of the podcast and listen to Austin and Nearly News and everything else you should probably do. All right, so we say goodbye to you, and we say goodbye to the audio people, but the audio people will be right back after this.